In 2023, a lab tested 33 olive oil brands for a family of industrial chemicals called phthalates, the same chemicals used to make plastic flexible. The worst result on the entire list didn't come from a bargain bottle. It came from the brand that markets itself as the most rigorous, most quality-controlled producer in the category, with its own in-house lab. That's not the only surprise waiting in this bottle. 3 of the most trusted names on grocery shelves, some sold as if they're independent. Farmer-driven alternatives to each other quietly became one company in the last few months. And underneath all of that sits an older problem. A decade-old mislabeling scandal that never really went away, it just got a new label. 9 brands to put down. 3 that actually hold up. Let's start with the one that seems the safest. Number 9. Goya. Goya is the pantry staple. It's the bottle sitting next to the beans and the sazon in millions of American kitchens. Bought less as a specialty item and more as a household default, the brand you grew up with, not the brand you researched. That kind of trust usually comes from somewhere. Here, it's mostly just habit. Consumer Reports ran a blind taste test of 138 olive oil bottles back in 2012, and Goya's extra virgin came back described as somewhat pungent and slightly bitter, with sensory flaws that pulled it toward the bottom of the pack. No lawsuit, no recall. Just an oil that, under blind testing, didn't taste like what the label promised. That matters more than it sounds like, because habit is exactly what lets a brand skip the scrutiny a newer product would get. Nobody rechecks the bottle they've been buying since childhood. It's the mildest entry on this list, and it's still not nothing. The next one hides its problem in the name on the front of the bottle. Number 8. Mazola. Mazola built its entire identity on corn oil. It's the name your grandmother reached for when a recipe called for something neutral and cheap. So when Mazola shows up on shelves selling extra virgin olive oil, it's borrowing trust it built somewhere else entirely. Here's the turn. Mazola also sells something called an olive oil blend. Check the ingredient panel, and that blend is 15% actual olive oil. The rest is something else, filling out a bottle that leads with the words olive oil in bold letters. That's before you even get to the extra virgin line, which showed up in the same 2012 Consumer Reports testing with sensory flaws of its own. Next up is a brand that skips the story completely. Number 7. Star. Star has a documented problem, and it's not really about how the oil tastes, it's about who's actually behind the bottle. The households that buy Star buy it because it's always been there. It's the staple brand, especially in Hispanic American households, where olive oil isn't a wellness purchase. It's the cooking fat that's been in the kitchen for generations, passed down without much reason to question it. Star was one of 5 major imported brands, alongside Bertolli, Filippo Berio, Colavita, and Pompeian, tested by researchers at UC Davis, who found this group of brands failing independent taste panel testing at a combined rate of 73%. Star was also named directly in a 2010 mislabeling class action filed in California against several of these same brands. Here's the part that should actually bother you. This research could not confirm with any real confidence who currently owns Star, not the country, not the parent company. For a brand this deep in American pantries, that's not a small gap. It means there's no name to hold accountable, and no way to know whether the next bottle you buy is coming from the same source as the last one. The families who trust this bottle most are the ones with the fewest tools to actually check on it. Up next is a brand where the story isn't fraud at all. It's something that shouldn't be in the bottle in the first place. Number 6. California Olive Ranch. If you've been buying olive oil specifically to avoid the imported brand mess, California Olive Ranch is probably the bottle you reached for. It's the buy domestic pick. American groves, American pressing, traceability built into the pitch. On the old fraud and rancidity testing, it wasn't part of that group at all. But the newest independent lab testing, run between 2023 and 2025, found California Olive Ranch carrying 2,646 parts per billion of phthalates, second worst in the country. Nobody's accusing California Olive Ranch of cutting its oil with something cheaper. This isn't the same story as the imported brands, and it's not fair to treat it like one. This is contamination, likely picked up somewhere in the plastic used during processing or packaging, not fraud. But not fraud doesn't mean clean. And the number is still the second worst result out of all 33 brands tested. Keep that name in your head, because the next brand on this list is about to explain exactly why that matters. Number 5. Copram Estate. Copram Estate markets itself as the most obsessive, most vertically integrated producer in the category. Its own groves, its own mill, its own in-house quality lab testing every batch before it ships. It's positioned as the answer to exactly the kind of contamination concern we just covered, the brand you'd reach for specifically because it promises tighter control than anyone else on the shelf. And this is where it gets worse. In that same 2023 through 2025 testing, Copram Estate posted 6,092 parts per billion of phthalates. Worst result. Not just worse than California Olive Ranch, the single highest number of all 33 brands in the entire study, from the brand built around telling you it's the most rigorously tested option in the aisle. And here's the part that changes how you should be shopping this category going forward. In March of 2026, Copram Estate bought California Olive Ranch outright. The brand with the second worst phthalate result now owns the brand with the worst one. If you've ever grabbed one instead of the other, thinking you were picking between two different companies, you weren't. You were just choosing which bad result you'd rather bring home. That's been ownership hiding in plain sight. Next is the one brand on this list that won't let you file it under good or bad. The evidence pulls in both directions at once. Number 4. Colavita. Colavita is a messier case than most of what we've covered, and it deserves to be treated that way instead of flattened into a simple villain. On one hand, Colavita failed the same UC Davis sensory panels as its co-defendants back in 2010 and 2011, and one of its SKUs, the 100% California bottle, tested high for phthalates at 3,148 parts per billion in the newer study. On the other hand, Colavita passed the 2015 National Consumers League purity test, and it remains the only major imported brand on this list still family-owned, rather than folded into a larger conglomerate. Here's why that distinction actually matters to you as a shopper, and not just as a trivia fact. A family-owned company answers to the family whose name is on the label. A bad result is a personal embarrassment, not just a line item. A brand owned by a conglomerate, like most of the others on this list, answers to shareholders, where a bad test result is a cost to absorb rather than a reputation to protect. That doesn't erase the failed panels or the high phthalate reading on that one SKU. It just means Colavita has more of a structural reason to actually fix it than most of the brands sitting next to it on this list. This has been a lot of names in a row, and a few of them are probably in your kitchen right now. If this kind of digging is useful to you, dropping a like helps more people actually see it before they're back in that aisle. Number 3. Pompeian. Pompeian is the best-selling olive oil brand in America, and it's built its marketing almost entirely around the word farmer-owned. A cooperative story, growers sharing in the profits instead of a distant corporation extracting them. That kind of positioning makes people feel good about the purchase before they've even opened the bottle. The evidence tells a messier story. Pompeian failed the same UC Davis sensory panels as the other imported brands, and it was named in a Florida class action lawsuit alleging its extra virgin didn't meet extra virgin standards. And when this research tried to confirm who actually owns Pompeian today, the sources disagreed. One says a Moroccan family that acquired the brand in 2009. Another says a Spanish cooperative alliance going back to 1975. That's not a small discrepancy for a brand whose entire pitch is you know exactly who's behind this oil. 2 independent sources, 2 different continents, 2 different ownership stories. And the brand's own marketing is the thing making a promise neither source can actually back up. Coming up, a lawsuit that ended almost as an afterthought. 50 cents a bottle, hiding a genuinely good result underneath it. Number 2. Filippo Berio. Filippo Berio was sued in 2014 over its imported from Italy labeling, and the case settled in 2017 for a payout of 50 cents per bottle, with the company admitting no wrongdoing. If you've ever bought this brand because the name on the front sounded like an authentic Italian import, that lawsuit was about exactly that assumption. On its own, the settlement reads like the kind of thing companies treat as a cost of doing business. Barely a headline, let alone a reason to change what you buy. But there's a twist worth sitting with. In that same 2023 to 2025 phthalate testing, Filippo Berio's organic line came back with the cleanest result of all 33 brands tested, 559 parts per billion. The lowest number in the entire study. One old lawsuit about label wording. One brand new result that's the best in the category. If you've written this brand off because of the 2014 case, it might be worth a second look. A 9-year-old settlement over Italian sourcing language doesn't tell you anything about what's actually in this specific bottle today. And now, the brand with the most damage on paper of anyone on this list. Number 1. Bertolli, made by Carapelli under parent company Dioleo. Bertolli is the most recognized Italian olive oil name in America, and it carries the most documented legal and safety history of any brand in this research. If there's one bottle on this entire list you're statistically likely to find in your own kitchen right now, this is probably it. In 2018, its maker settled a class action lawsuit for $7 million over imported from Italy and freshness claims. That settlement came on top of 2 separate recalls in a single year, 2015 and 2016. The second one for a pesticide, tebuconazole, that isn't approved for use on food sold in the United States. $7 million. 2 recalls. A banned pesticide. That's 3 different kinds of failure, legal, quality, and safety, stacked on top of each other within roughly a year of each other. To be fair, Dioleo denied wrongdoing throughout, and a follow-on lawsuit was later dismissed by a court that called its factual claims too thin to proceed. That's a real outcome, and it belongs in this story too. But settled is not the same as disproven, and the recalls happen regardless of how the lawsuit shook out. If this is the bottle on your counter, none of that erases overnight, but it's worth knowing before you reach for it again. 9 brands, and to be fair to every one of them, this isn't 9 separate scandals. It's 2 different problems, wearing the same extra virgin label. The older one is the one that's been circulating for over a decade. Brands like Bertolli, Filippo Berio, Colavita, Pompeian, Star, Goya, and Mazzola selling oil that was rancid or lower grade at top shelf prices. Not seed oil fraud, just oil that didn't meet the standard printed on its own label. The newer one is different, and it's the one most people haven't heard of yet. It showed up in California Olive Ranch and Cobra Estate, and it has nothing to do with fake or rancid oil. It's about plastic-related contamination in brands that were never part of the original scandal at all. 2 problems. Same shelf. Neither one cancels the other out. A brand clearing the newer contamination testing doesn't mean it cleared the older purity testing, and a brand with no lawsuit attached to its name isn't automatically free of either one. Before we get to what actually held up, one myth needs to die first. There's a popular fridge test that gets passed around online. Chill the bottle, and if it solidifies, it's supposedly real. Skip it. A controlled trial at the UC Davis Olive Center found the test simply doesn't work. Oil that should have solidified sometimes didn't, and oil that had been mixed with something cheaper sometimes passed anyway. If you've been relying on that test, it's been telling you nothing. Number 3. Kirkland Signature Select Toscano, sold at Costco. This was one of only 3 brands to earn a Best Buy rating in that 2012 Consumer Reports blind test. A genuinely strong result from over a decade ago that's held up. Costco also says its Kirkland oils go through third-party verification by an independent certification firm called Bureau Veritas, rather than relying only on the company's own word. One thing to flag before you grab it, this is the Select Toscano SKU specifically. Kirkland's separate organic line tested in the middle of the pack for phthalates in the newer study, so it's not automatically the same result. Check the label for Toscano specifically, not just the Kirkland name. That's the warehouse pick. Next up is the one sitting in almost every neighborhood, at a price most people already expect to pay for groceries. Number 2. Trader Joe's, specifically the California State and Organic Spanish lines. Trader Joe's California State also earned a Best Buy in that same 2012 Consumer Reports test, and its Organic Spanish line came back near the cleanest of all 33 brands in the newer phthalate testing, at 576 parts per billion. It's a result that holds up on both the old test and the new one, which is rarer on this list than you'd think. Quick caveat before you grab any green label bottle off that shelf. Not every Trader Joe's olive oil is equal. Its Italian organic line tested in the middle of the pack in the same newer study, so the specific bottle matters more than the store it came from. And the strongest result in this entire research pass belongs to a brand most people walk past without a second thought. Number 1. 365 by Whole Foods, 100% Californian unfiltered. This is the only brand in this entire research pass with strong corroborated results on both fronts. The old sensory fraud testing and the new contamination testing. It earned a Best Buy in that 2012 Consumer Reports blind taste test, sitting alongside the highest scoring imported and domestic oils in the country at the time. Then, more than a decade later, in testing designed to catch a completely different kind of problem, its result came back at 827 parts per billion, one of the lowest phthalate readings of all 33 brands tested. Most of the brands on this list pass one test and fail the other, or pass an old test that's now over a decade stale. This one has cleared both the taste and purity standard from over 10 years ago and the plastic contamination standard from the last 2 years. That consistency, across two entirely different kinds of scrutiny run more than a decade apart, isn't luck. It's what earns it the top spot on this list, over brands with bigger marketing budgets and much louder claims about their own quality control. Here's the one practical thing to actually do the next time you're standing in the aisle. Before you grab a bottle thinking you're choosing between two independent brands, flip it over and check the company name in the fine print, usually near the barcode or the distributed by line. Cobram Estate now owns California Olive Ranch, so if you've been alternating between the two, thinking you were spreading your risk across two different companies, you were actually buying the same company twice. That's step 1. Know who's actually behind the label. Step 2 is just as fast. Once you know the parent company, you know its other brands likely share the same supply chain and the same processing, and often the same problem. A 10-second check on ownership tells you more about what's really in that bottle than the front label ever will. 2 problems, 9 brands, and 1 pattern sitting underneath all of it. The story on the front of the bottle. Heritage, farmer-owned, most rigorously tested in the business, keeps turning out to be a different story than the one the lab results actually tell. That gap between the label and the lab is the whole video. The good news is 3 brands in this research actually backed up their claims, on 2 separate rounds of testing run more than a decade apart, which means this isn't a category where nothing can be trusted. It's a category where you have to know which 3 names to trust. If someone in your life has been buying Bertolli or Cobram Estate because the label told a story that sounded true, send them this. They're the ones standing in that aisle next, not you.